Dear AWB, am I the asshole for digging up a sour jar my husband buried and disbanding it because he put his mama in the jar? See, Auntie, my husband had a major falling out with his mama because his mama overstepped her boundaries. Thus goes the story. 5 years ago, my husband went on a business trip. While he was away, I was SA'd by an intruder who broke into my home. I called my husband immediately and he returned home from his business trip and was by my side apologizing to me for leaving me alone. He really felt like the sexual assault was his fault. He held my hand when I got the grape kit and was by my side every step of the way. A few weeks later, I tested positive on a pregnancy test. We opted not to terminate the pregnancy because me and my husband had been trying to conceive. Fast forward. The beginning of the pregnancy was hard for me emotionally because of the sexual assault, but my husband was there every step of the way, waiting on me hand and foot. I gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl. My husband and I both agreed to DNA test the baby a few months after she was born, but not disclose that we were doing so to anyone because no one knows about the break-in or the sexual assault. We opted not to tell anyone to keep my privacy so that I can heal in private. The DNA test concluded that our daughter is not his biologically. My husband suggested that we raise her and tell her once she is old enough to process, but for now, keep this between us. Fast forward some more. Our baby is 5 years old and we have 2 more children and are very happy. My husband has always been my husband's mama has always been mean to me and stated that I was using her son for money, even though I was born very privileged and he wasn't, and it's my trust fund that supports our lifestyle. His bitch ass mama DNA tested all of our kids behind our backs and the results are in. When the results were in, she invited us all to dinner along with the entire family to quote unquote expose me that our daughter is not biologically my husband's. I was stuck silent. The entire family was watching this and looking at me with shame. I was even called a whore by his sister. This caused my husband to go the fuck off. He cussed out his mama to the point where I thought he was going to fight her. I grabbed the kids and put them in the car. My husband was restrained by his brother and father while he tried to charge at his mother, but ultimately left with us. When we got home, I took the kids immediately upstairs, gave them a bath, and put them in bed. Our daughter didn't understand what was fully going on, but she was very sad, and I could see the look on her face. When I came back downstairs after the children were asleep, I saw my husband constructing a sour jar while watching one of your videos. He was mad as hell, and I have never seen him this mad before. He literally and immediately took the jar to the cemetery that night and buried it next to his mother's grave, then came home and chugged a half of a fifth of vodka and fell asleep. Fast forward some more. His mama has fallen ill, a fire broke out and half of their house burned, and she lost her job, losing all her medical benefits. They are struggling financially, something serious, and have no way to pay for his mama's illness. Should I dig up the jar and disband it? Auntie, I know his mama was wrong, but does she deserve all of this? Please help. I see this woman suffering something serious, and I don't know if I can take much more. My husband don't give a fuck. All he care about is our daughter, our family, and me. He stated that his mama was out of line for what she did, and she totally overstepped her boundaries. Please help me. What should I do? Baby. Wow. Okay. Your mother-in-law was wrong as shit. Out the gate, first for accusing you of using your husband when you have, more money and you grew up privileged and he didn't. She was just wrong for the whole energy of her interaction with you, but overstepping her boundary by testing the baby. What she could have did is came and talked to you guys if she felt like that any of the kids weren't his, and then your husband would have told her to mind her own damn business and she could have left it at that. I'm so sorry that you were treated this way at the family dinner. I'm sorry that his punk ass sister called you a whore, and I know that must have really hurt after what had happened to you. And I'm glad your husband is an honorable man and stood up to support his wife. But I would, and I know that this may not be what you want to hear. And I understand that you feel sorry for this woman, and I get it and I hear you. But if your husband was hurt, he was hurt something serious. He took that jar to the cemetery and buried it next to his mama because he wanted his mama to deal with your mama. His mama showed the fuck up and showed out because his mama is like, bitch, you coming for my son. I'm finna come for you. And she's dealing with your mother-in-law. I say stay out of it. I know that this may be an unpopular opinion. I know other people are going to comment under this video and tell me that I'm wrong. But I'm telling you that, first of all, you got to be real good and careful who you fuck with in this realm or the next, because you never know what ancestors have their back. And in this situation, your husband's mama have his back. He's hurt. The fact that he chugged a half of a fifth, you know how much alcohol that is? He chugged a half of a fifth of vodka because he's hurt, and that's not how he wanted his baby girl to find out about her arrival to this realm. You're going to have to let this one rock. I'm sorry. I know that that's not what you want to hear, but you're going to have to stay out of it. As hard as it is for you to watch this woman struggle, the only advice that I can give you is talk to your husband about petitioning his mama to stop. But as for you stepping in and digging up the jar and disrupting that energy, that's not your place, honey. The work was accepted by his ancestors, and they're handling it from their own, from the ancestor realm to this one. That's not your place. As hard as it is, I'm not going to call this woman a bitch. This is somebody mama, but she shouldn't have came for you, because through your husband, you're well protected. She had no rights to do what she did. She was wrong. And he has every right to protect his family as the man, as the protective energy of that home. And that's exactly what the hell he did. And he has every right to do so. Damn. Burying a sour jar in a cemetery next to an ancestor is a powerful spell booster, because now you're petitioning that ancestor to deal with shit in this realm. Especially, like, this woman was wrong on so many levels. She was so wrong. Excuse me, y'all. She was so wrong. And I can understand your husband hurt, seeing the hurt in his baby girl's eyes. And for her to invite the children and to say all this and have other family members calling you a whore. I got hiccups now, y'all. I know when I see stuff that's like disturbing, it gives me hiccups. But highly recommend, and my advice to you, stay the fuck out of it. Ooh, let the ancestors do what they gonna do. That is the power of a sour jar. That's why you're not so quick to do one. Half their house burnt down. This woman fell ill and lost her job. Ancestors is having a field day with her ass, but it's warranted, because she shouldn't have never came for you, and she should have left that baby alone. There's a right and a wrong way to do everything. She could have went to you and your husband and said what she said without the kids being present. And your husband would have told her, mind your business. This isn't your place. And that would have been her inkling to shut the fuck up. But no, she kept it going. And she added yeast and his punk ass sister. She should be lucky that he didn't throw the sister in the jar for what she said to you. I'll talk to y'all later. I am the African Witch Bitch Hoodoo Practitioner. Leave it alone. Don't touch it.